Here's AOC when she was asked. Now remember, this is the international stage, not national stage. So you could be a mayor in New York City. People are asking about maybe a city next door to you that's not New York, and you have an opinion on that,
Right.
more local. You're a mayor in New York. They ask about the state. You have a strong opinion. Wow, that was an educated opinion about the state. You're a mayor of New York City. They ask you about the East Coast. Oh, wow, strong opinion on the East Coast, weather conditions, climate, what's going on. Okay, you're a mayor in New York City. You give national opinion, like Pete Buttigieg. Like, okay, great. This guy's a mayor with national. But then you're a mayor. They ask you about foreign, international. Here's what happened when they asked Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Representative, Democrat, in New York, about a world issue. Look at the way she reacted. Go ahead.
No, I think China is, of course, an ascendant global power, growing very quickly, acting in its own self-interest. And oftentimes in Washington, there's this frame between conflict and competition. I think sometimes, depending on what's happening, that rhetoric can get a little conflict-driven. And I think that it's really a question of competition, and to the governor's point, fair competition. But when I think about that, I think about how the United States, if you want to assert oneself as a global competitor, the kinds of things that one would do in order to really assert that position.
Is this it, Rob? No, this isn't the one, Rob. No, this isn't the one, Rob.
Rob, I just saw
it's a different one. So it's a one where she's being asked.
Which that one's still bad, Pat. That one's still horrible.
That's not the one. It's nowhere near to the one. I'm talking about this one.
With Taiwan.
Go ahead, Rob. Watch this.
Here we go.
And to all of you, and Congressman, I'll start with you, would and should the U.S. actually commit U.S. troops to defend Taiwan if China were to move?
Bartender says.
I think that this is such a, I think that this is a...
Today, Julia!
Oh, yeah.
This is, of course, a very long-standing
she has no idea.
policy of the United States.
You can pause it.
Taiwan is a policy of the United States.
By the way, I respect opponents, no matter where you are politically and whether we agree or disagree, okay? She is a formidable opponent. You can make fun of her all you want. She's a player. And FYI, kids in sports, you remember when we played? There's a difference playing soccer for your school team versus playing soccer for travel versus playing soccer for team B versus team A versus you play a top 5 team national and they get your ass handed to you. Mm-hmm. We'd go to a game. I'll never forget one time our kids, we were part of a team. Vinny, you were with me. Our kids played against the team in Orlando. I've told the story before, against Eddie Johnson. They beat us 8-0. I talked to the father of the guy that was jersey number 10, and I said, who is that guy? And they said, that's Coach Eddie Johnson. And I said, I want to get to know that guy. We changed our Christmas vacation plans, if you guys remember this, just to take Dylan to train with Eddie Johnson to see how disciplined you have to be for footwork. AOC is going to have to develop her international foreign affairs capabilities to get to that level. Mm-hmm. And she'll get there. She's young. She'll get there. Do not count this lady out as a competitor on the opposing side for some of you guys that don't support her. She's not going away. But I want you to watch Newsom. Newsom's a governor. Newsom's #1 draft pick right now for Dems for 2028. Here's what Newsom had to say at Munich while he was out there. By the way, Vinny, what he said was so underwhelming that no one's covering it.
Yeah.
We're just showing it to you because I think you need to know, because this is going to be a candidate in 2028. Here's what Newsom had to say. Whatever you want to say, he dresses to the T's every time he's on.
Just to set this up, you know what he's talking about right here? He's talking about ICE and stuff like that in our country, in a foreign country.
Go ahead, Rob.
I want to remember all those images of masked men, the secret police, something familiar in Germany.
Jeez.
Those first images came out of my state. Oh my God. The second largest city in the United States of America. We saw 4,000 National Guard federalized. First time. We'd never seen anything like this. And 700 active duty Marines sent not overseas, but to the second largest city in the United States of America, militarizing the streets of my city. Masked men showing up, unaccountable, no IDs.
fix your tie by quarter of an inch. You see that tie?
Yeah, that's in the bottom.
Am I just, like quarter of an inch, somebody just had to go like, see, if you had an Armenian relative, if you have a Middle Eastern or an Armenian relative, they will lick their thumb to fix something on your face.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about?
The old Jewish mom.
Yeah, it's like they will lick, and you're like, Mom, what are you doing?
Mom, I'm a grown-up.
But that tie, you just need a Middle Eastern uncle in someone in your family needed to marry a Middle Eastern. They will tell you if you have stuff in your teeth, if your tie is off. Anyways, I'll stop right here because he's going to be okay. Adam, your thoughts on this?
Yes, sir. Well, what we're talking about at the end of the day is who's going to be the next president, right? So we're just seeing these candidates, and what we know is that there's levels to this game, and as the lights get brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter, we'll see who's really qualified, because there's a difference between substance and style, right? And there's a difference between policy and personality. So let's juxtapose AOC and Hillary, what you just did. Hillary has substance. She might not be likable. She might not be credible. You might not trust her. She's not an idiot. They say, on paper, this team's supposed to win. Well, on paper, and then the famous, this is why they play the game. On paper, who has Hillary Clinton's resume? First lady, first governor of Arkansas, first lady of the United States, U.S. Senate for 8 years, I believe, Secretary of State, within inches away of the presidency. And now she has the probably worst case of TDS in the world, and she said it herself. On the flip side, you have AOC, who's all style, all personality, and then today, Junior, as the lights get brighter, and she's not talking about socialism in New York, she's talking about world peace type stuff, she's just not equipped. Maybe she'll get there in 5, 10, 20 years, who knows, but she's just not there yet.
Yeah.
The last thing I'll say is, what Hillary, and I think you'll appreciate this, Pat, what Hillary represented in 2016 was keeping the establishment intact. And Trump was a wrecking ball to the system. And a lot of people, me included, weren't ready for the wrecking ball. Weren't ready. Oh my God, he's going to come in and tear down Obama's legacy. And you know what? Thank God he did that. Because the world needs a wrecking ball. And someone to say, clean up your room, get your act together. Western values, what the hell's wrong with you? We're a Christian nation. You're getting invaded. Get it together. It's kind of like the stepdad who comes in and says, clean up your room when the mom won't do it. But Trump is so necessary. Marco Rubio looks to be the next dude. Hillary Clinton has TDS. AOC is just not qualified. And the final point is, you know what's so funny? The gender thing is still there. Like amongst young men, I saw these young dudes in Miami. They're like, what are you, a freaking Democrat, bro? Democrat has become a slur amongst young men. Because it means like, what do you like, sit down when you pee, you get a mangina kind of a thing? That's what young men are saying to other young men. When 10 years ago, they're like, you're racist if you have a MAGA hat.
Yeah.
The pendulum has completely swung.
It's never good to have a mangina. But Vinny, you were going to say something.
It isn't.
Yeah.
But I just want everybody to understand. Gavin Newsom's a front runner. He is traveling the globe, multiple destinations, Davos World Economic Forum, attacking America, crapping on our president. Then he went to Brazil for the UN Climate Summit, again, criticizing our policies, attacking the president. And now he's here in Munich, Germany, saying that our military, our federal government, our Marines are freaking Gestapo, okay? Shame on you. Shame on you, you freaking traitor, okay? California is finished. Taxes, homelessness, I know we're going to touch on Nick Shirley, the gas tax, homelessness, you name it. $90 million to killing innocent babies, and you're over. Stay in California. Fix California. And I get it. I get it. The presidential campaign is off and running. He's their front runner, okay? But I'm telling you, when I tell people, and I warn people, put your policy, put your left and right aside. This guy has openly told us that he wants a sanctuary city. He wants to give free money to anybody that's illegal, and that's the guy. Look at his resume for California. I don't care if he's in Munich crapping on us. Just know if this is the end of our republic. It's not a democracy. These are the type of people, Pat, and he's a scary, slick. He was hugging Alex Soros. He's a freaking puppet to freaking China, and that right there, guys, it could be the beginning of the end of this country, is that guy. First order of business, I would bet money on anybody that wants to bet he's going to open the border. What's to stop him? What's going to stop him? Okay? That's the enemy right there. Period.
Yeah,
Tom.
when you talk about foreign policy, it's over before halftime. You look at AOC, you look at Gresham Whitmer, you look at Gavin Newsom. They are pros. They're going to go home and study. They're going to get their memorized bits. They're going to come back to the microphone. They're going to sound even better the second time. But foreign policy right now, how do I win in foreign policy? Simple. Make Democrats talk again.
Yeah.
That's very, very simple. However, when it comes to the midterms, it's all about the economy. And when it comes to the election next year, it's going to be all about the economy. And you're going to get one of these people, even though a foreign policy debate would be over before halftime, the economy is what's going to be hanging there that causes the American people to vote. Because even the international folks, don't have respect for them. You don't see respect coming from them. You don't see disdain, but you don't see AOC and Gavin and even Hillary being welcomed with open arms. I mean, I was watching Hillary get upset, and I was waiting for the adrenochrome to kick in. I mean, adrenaline.
Yeah.
Waiting for the adrenaline to kick in.
Yeah.
And
2 out of 10, 3 out. What are you going to give? What do you guys got to
That's
start?
good. No,
10.
adrenochrome was good. No, I love that. Go
He
ahead.
crushed. By the way, last week he crushed one so bad that Dan on the way out had to tell Tom how great of a job he did. When he said some of us were children back then, and then Tom said some still are. Okay? And this one won't last a second, folks. We're at the Pentagon. I don't know where we were at. Department of State. Guy pulls up to us and says, "You know what's the only thing I don't like about you guys?" I said, "What's that?" I'm trying to see what he's going to say. Tom was right next to me.
Yep.
Your limited edition hats, when you announce, sells out immediately. And some of us that don't watch the videos until the afternoon, we don't get a chance to get it. I said, dude, I can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
Here's the latest limited edition. Look at how this beautiful hat, yellow hat, 250th anniversary. Go ahead, Rob.
February is about discipline. The habits built daily. The consistency that shapes
This is
who
sick,
we
Vinny.
become. Resilience, responsibility, and the courage to move forward with conviction. Consistency creates confidence. Confidence fuels consistency. Honoring our past gives purpose to our future. At 250 years strong, one message stands clear. The future looks bright at 250. One nation under God.
Limited edition, 250 hats. Like I told you last time, the last one sold within the first 100 minutes that we had, a little over an hour and 40 minutes that we had. It was gone. This one's going to go in no time because this is as we go further, the hats get more and more limited and until we get. But this is going to be the one. Some of you guys are going to own all of them. And if you guys don't pick this up, you can still buy this on eBay when other people buy them and post it there. So go pick this one up. There's one that's black and silver for some of you guys that don't get access to this one. The black and silver is not limited. It's one that anybody can order.
That's sick.
So you can get that one as well. Place order for both of them because these sold out last time and we have to get a whole new shipment coming out so they don't get there till March. Anyways, having said that, go to vtmerch.com. Place your order there. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.